In The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 3, Ellie does something simple but deeply emotional. She leaves coffee beans on Joel's grave. And while it might seem like a small gesture, there's a powerful reason behind it. Joel's death at the end of Episode 2 was one of the most heartbreaking and shocking moments in the show so far. No one feels that pain more than Ellie. Despite the complex and sometimes strained relationship they shared in the 5 years between Season 1 and 2, Ellie loved Joel. And this moment, this quiet, personal act, shows just how much. The episode follows Ellie and Dina as they begin their journey to Seattle, determined to find Abby and her crew, who brutally murdered Joel. Dina was there when it happened, and she knows the attackers belong to a faction known as the WLF, the Washington Liberation Front. When the council in Jackson debates whether to send a group after them, the decision is made not to act. But Ellie and Dina decide to go anyway. Before setting out, they visit the small graveyard outside of Jackson. That's when Ellie kneels beside Joel's grave and leaves behind something incredibly meaningful: coffee beans. And the world of The Last of Us, coffee is rare. After the outbreak, luxuries like this disappeared. But to Joel, coffee wasn't just a drink, it was a piece of the life he once lived. Back in Season 1, we caught glimpses of who Joel was before the world fell apart. A man who enjoyed old music, action movies, and yes, coffee. It became a running joke between him and Ellie. She thought it was bitter and gross, always wondering why he loved it so much. But Joel adored it so much he would trade valuable supplies just to have a cup. He even joked about how it made him feel human again. That's why Ellie's gesture is so touching. It shows that, despite everything, the fights, the secrets, the complicated emotions, she wants to remember the good in Joel. She wants to honor who he really was. This moment at the grave is bittersweet. It doesn't come with loud music or dramatic speeches, just a quiet, thoughtful goodbye. Ellie leaves behind the one thing Joel loved most. In a world full of loss and violence, it's her way of saying, "I remember you. I still love you." But the episode doesn't stop there. As Ellie and Dina continue toward Seattle, they enter dangerous territory, literally. They unknowingly cross into a war zone between the WLF and a dangerous religious cult called the Sarapites. These Sarapites are unlike anything Ellie has faced before. They live in a flooded area of Seattle, once known as the Queen and Suburb, now cut off from the rest of the city. They reject all technology from the pre-apocalypse world. Instead, they rely on gas lanterns and bows to survive and fight the infected. The Sarapites follow a mysterious prophet and carry out brutal rituals. One of their most noticeable traits is the scar on their faces, earned through a painful and symbolic ritual. They also use a strange symbol, a sort of stitched wound, which has never been fully explained. Some say it looks like the Christian ichthyes. Others think it resembles the Pisces sign. But the most accepted theory is that it represents healing, a wound closed by stitches, a symbol of pain and recovery. It ties in with their scar rituals and their belief that suffering leads to salvation. Unfortunately for Ellie and Dina, they're now caught in the middle of this violent feud. The civil war between the Sarapites and the WLF is relentless. Every attempt at peace falls apart. And as they move deeper into Seattle, Ellie begins to see just how far this cycle of violence has gone, and how far she might go herself in her pursuit of revenge. Oh, while the coffee beans may seem like a small detail, they carry deep emotional weight. They remind us who Joel was. They remind us of Ellie's grief. And they set the tone for what lies ahead, a journey filled with heartache, danger, and choices that will change Ellie forever. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.